Okay. We are going to talk to Elabrande. This old woman examines you closely with her sharp gray eyes. First your face, then your arms and various tattoos. Greetings, scarred one. Come to speak to Elabrande, have ye? Come to have your fortune told, mayhap? For a paltry 5 coins? Sure. Elabrande places your coins in her belt pouch and takes your hands. She quietly studies your palms, frowning deeply. At long last, she speaks. Some rare folk are what's called fateless, you see. They wander through their lives doing as they see fit, creating their own destinies. Ye have no fortune to tell, scarred one. None at all. I've nothing to tell ye. And so here is your coin. She returns the 5 coppers. Wow. Okay. I do not speak of things mundane, scarred one. Okay. In that case, farewell. Hold you one moment, scarred one. Elabrande reaches out, touching your arm. My mother gave me something once, long ago. A scroll, sealed with wax. A hooded man had entrusted it to her and said that a man such as ye would one day unwittingly come to claim it. Here, I would have you take it now. What is it? She shakes her head, frowning. I do not know. She was sworn never to read the thing, and I obeyed her request to leave the seal unbroken myself. The man had paid her handsomely to take the scroll, but warned her of the direst consequences should she open it. Are you calling me witless? Thanks then. Farewell. Okay. So we got a scroll. Interesting. The scroll has been tightly bound with red ribbon and sealed with wax. You can't put your finger on it, but you've got a bad feeling about the thing, as if opening and reading the scroll could be somehow dangerous. Interesting. So maybe we don't read the scroll. Okay, done. But try. I mean, I just sold an evil book because it was evil. Did I miss out on some story? Probably.
I'm gone.
But it's evil. I got 4,000 gold coppers out of it, so jank, whatever they call money these days. Oh, a thug boss, huh? What do we got here? Venom, all right. Wow. We are discovering little places. Okay. Let's do a quick save and go into the tent.
Ah, the sweet smell of sensates and governors.
If you say so, Mort. Is this a person? Lazy scribe. The man gives a sheepish smile and a half bow at your approach. For a moment, I thought you were one of my employer's men when you walked in. Was I ever relieved to see you were not? Why? Why are you here? I could not stand my work at the Record Subhall 7 for another moment, so I darted off. Had I simply gone home, my employer would have sent a messenger. That tyrant! That is why I'm hiding here, of course. I intend to lounge about for a bit longer before returning to my cramped little desk. Okay, farewell then. So, is this your hut? Can I look around? Is it considered stealing? I don't know. We're gonna quick save. Because if it's stealing, then I'll just go back on the quick save and not look. But
I'm gone.
I'm curious. Okay, nothing in there. And nothing in there. Wonderful. I don't get it. You program treasure chests. Just a troll. Just a troll.
All right.
All right. There was another little tent over here we didn't do. Man, I am running fast. Uh-oh. My mouse isn't working with me here. Hold on. There we go. A little quick save. Check it out. A boot shiner. The young man smiles as you enter his tent, gesturing for you to sit down. Clean and wax your boots, sir. A wondrous shine for only 2 copper commons. No thanks. Farewell. And farewell to you, sir. Please return should you need your boots shined. Well, that we're not going to mess with. That really does seem like their place, so I'm not going to mess with that. Not going to chance fate there. Don't need to. Whatever. Guess we can go in there, maybe? A harlot. All right. Anything interesting to say? This beautiful, seductively attired prostitute is a far cry from those you saw in the hive. She smells of expensive perfumes, and the lines of her face are subtly accentuated with highly painted lines of soft, warm colors. She smiles as you approach her and curtsies gracefully. Greetings, good sir. Seeking to quench a less mistress grace brothel cannot satisfy, I hope? I don't know about any brothel, but I'm up for whatever you're offering. I'm like debating. I'm debating. Do I want to answer it that way? I mean, I really haven't. I don't remember having any side action in the game. Give me a moment. I'm like, how do I role play this? I got to step into my character here. It's like, I don't think he cares, honestly. Well, if he was in love or... Okay, all right. If it was Anna, I guess we would probably entertain the idea. Yeah, there you go. But, how about some questions? We're going with number 2. She puts her finger to her lips to hush you. There is but a single question I answer, good sir, and the answer is this. Yes, for only 500 coins. Oh, okay. What kind of trouble do we got ourselves into now? That's quite a bit. She smiles. Oh, I assure you, good sir. She leans in close to whisper warmly in your ear. 'Tis worth every last copper. Tempting, but no. Number 3. No thanks. Farewell. A pity. Please return should you have a change of heart, good sir. I'll be eagerly awaiting you. Farewell. Say there, Chief. What do you say? How about spotting old Mort a bit of jink? It's been more than a while, you know. Sure, why not? Miss? The young woman examines Mort critically for a time, then nods. Yes. Yes, I think I could do that. Well, I could certainly come up with something. All for the same fee, of course. A petty 500 commons. Of course, here you are. All right, thanks, Chief. Okay, I guess we're gonna wait for Mort. The courtesan finally returns, Mort bobbing dizzily along beside her. He's coated with a glossy sheen, as if he has been waxed and buffed, and has a red smudge on his crown in the shape of a pair of lips. Your Mimer seem to enjoy himself, good sir? Mort? Mort seems only dimly aware of your presence and alternates between giggling to himself and sighing pleasantly. All right. Yeah, I guess things went well then. Farewell, miss. Well, somebody got some action. There you go.
All right.
All right. Being a good wingman for Mort, right? Yeah. Or Morty. I like calling him Morty. I think I'm just going to stick with what I like. Let's go in here. Can we? Nobody in here?
Hi. Right.
Any traps in here?
Why not?
Wait a minute. No, that's her stuff. Yeah. Of course it did, It's just gonna troll me. Alright, we got an aspiring sensate in here. This attractive, pale-faced girl smiles at you, motioning toward a book full of charcoal sketches. Greetings and well met, good sir. My name is Uliana, and I am an artist by trade and would gladly make a fine sketch of you, but for 5 copper commons. I can make a serious sketch, if you like, or a caricature. No thanks, farewell. She smiles, but somewhat sadly. Farewell, then. Please do not hesitate to return should you change your mind. Why not? Not now, thanks. But I wanted it! Yeah, not even an option to get one done. What the heck? I mean, we could get Morty done. Literally.
Done.
Right? Done. I guess we're going into the apothecary. What time is it? 9:40 in the morning. Pestle Kiln. Sensei. Pretty sure these two are not going to talk. What's this? Okay. Don't recognize anything.
I'm gone.
Nope. Start there. Alright. I don't know why he has to go behind the counter to talk to every merchant, but whatever. You see a wall-eyed fellow whose skin seems to wreathe and ripple across his entire body. He is smacking his chapped lips with the blotched tongue. As you watch, his right eye moves independently of the left, focusing on you. A second later, the left one flicks to look your way, then reverts to its original position. The right eye blinks. A strange gurgling comes from his throat. Greetings? The man gives a lopsided grin and points at himself with his right thumb. Hessel, I'm called, the alchemist. He points at himself again, this time with his left index finger. The name's Ken. Needs you something? All right. Yeah, are you all right? I am. His throat convulses for a moment, then relaxes. A large, green glowing pustule suddenly bursts from the side of his neck. Something you needed then, sir? His throat clenches again, and a wave of quivering flesh swallows the blistering green pustule back beneath the skin of his throat. He coughs violently for a moment, then seems to relax. Phew! What just happened? The left eye rolls upward in an exasperation. The right eye looks askance. Too much to drink. Of what? Potions I drank. Too many potions. Do y'all remember the movie, what is it? Men in Black? Sugar! The guy that wanted sugar water. Anyway, his mouth slides down beneath his chin. His left nostril forms another one. The most I ever drank, that's for certain, of polymorphin. They were in brood in limbo. Wearing a brand new Hector suit, right? Anything I could do to help? The man's eyes turn inwards to look at each other, then back to you. Dunno. He shudders. The mouth below his chin moves up to envelope the one his nostril formed. This sort of thing happens quite often. We can't seem to help but sample the stock. If you find a way to help the two of us, would be grateful, sir. Oh my gosh. How about another question? Half of his mouth curls downward into a frown. He shakes his head. Work in the stockroom all day, I do. He shudders violently. Suddenly, a third eye pops up, open over the bridge of his nose. The left one shifts sideways as the new eye takes its place. I speak only of the stores, sir. That said, the skin of his face seems to eat the new eye, and the left one returns to its old location. Okay, we're leaving. Yeah, definitely reminds me of that. So polymorphin. Okay, all right. Well, or a body snatcher or something. Oh, hey, they're together now. Let's go talk to them.
Done.
If they'll allow us to talk to them. They kind of forced their reality on us yesterday. So Nemel claps her hands together and bows her head. When she finally looks up and smiles at you, a wave of pleasure washes over your body. The effect is almost dizzying. Nemel thanked the stranger once more. She only hoped he knew how happy she felt to be reunited with Elwyn. Yeah, I do. Okay. Elwyn claps her hands together and bows her head to you and thanks, tears of joy falling from her golden eyes. Just as your own eyes begin to water, she wipes away her tears and smiles, causing a wave of intense pleasure to wash over your entire body. Elwyn thanked the stranger. She had been reunited with her dearest friend, Nemel. It was my pleasure. Okay. She nods and looks down again, the feelings her smile invoked fading away into pleasant memories. I, Elwyn, would tell you something now, stranger. Oh, okay. Go on.
Updated my journal.
Ooh. So we got a little something from that. See, we didn't need the expensive prostitute. The name I, Elwyn, chose for you, stranger, is not so fitting. You and I, Elwyn, have met before in the fest hall, in a place you could not have been were you not a sensate yourself. Whether you recall or no, unless you betrayed the Society of Sensation at some point, you are a sensate. What? Tell me more? You and I, Elwyn, have met on 2 different occasions. The first was no less than 2 centuries past, the last more recently. Perhaps no more than 50 years ago. That's quite a long time ago. She nods again. My, Elwyn's people are extremely long-lived, forgetful one. She sighs unhappily, causing a chill to descend over you. You seemed a different man then, less grim, less scarred. So eager to see all that the multiverse had to offer. You courted me, Elwyn, then, and was nearly taken as a lover, but then you disappeared. Oh, okay. Where did I go? Elwyn, was told you had been slain, murdered. She looks up for a moment to peer curiously into your eyes. I met you only once more after that. Did I remember you then? No. She shakes her head sadly, then touches her throat. No, you did not. You lashed out at me. Elwyn, made to slay me, screamed how I, Elwyn, could not fool you, would not ensnare and murder you. Oh my, what happened? We had met in one of the northern towers of the fest hall on the 7th floor. Before you could choke the life from me, I, Elwyn, used my powers to bade you leap from a window to your death. When I, Elwyn, finally went in search of your broken body, you had already gone. You did what? That is the whole of my Elwyn's tale for you. We were not strangers once, but have now become so. Farewell, stranger, and may fortune walk with you in your travels. Thanks, Elwyn. Farewell. Okay, it's good that we circled back. It's really good we talked. Again. And again. If I talk to her again, is anything new? How about questions? Oh, okay, yeah. She's not gonna... All right.
I'm gone.
Let's take a moment to look at our journal. We've been updating it a lot. We're not going to be able to release Dimtree because Sebastian is, well, dead. So I guess that's just going to sit there. Split pest. Oh, wait. I told him then that if I found a way to split them, I would return. Ooh, okay. There's a guy in the fest hall that we can talk to about the curse here. This we need to turn in, this we need to turn in, these we need to turn in, and these we need to turn in. But I'd rather finish this ward out first. There is a guy. Is he over here? Where was that guy? Where is he? Oh, he must be up here. Yeah, he's up there. Okay. There's a guy that wants to give us something, but I lied about who I am. I mean, the tattoos on my body say never...
Stand away from me, Mort.
I can't stand anywhere. It's this leg thing, you know?
Find a way, skull.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Yavanna. Before you is a well-dressed elderly woman in a gown of peach-colored and golden thread. She stands quietly, her hands folded together primly, and nods in your direction. It is then that you notice that she has no pupils. Her eyes are entirely white. Greetings, sir. I am Yavanna. Welcome to my Galleria. Feel free to look about, spending as much time here as you like. Should you have any questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me of them. Can I ask you some questions? One moment, sir. Your voice. It is heavy with age and wounds. Would you be so kind as to permit me to touch your face? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. She smiles, gently running her old hands over the skin of your face. She frowns, looking slightly puzzled. So many scars, both old and new. They seem to... She touches the side of your throat, flushes, then pulls away. Pardon me, sir. I was curious to see how far they went. It's fine. And they're everywhere. My whole body is scarred. She's doing a Vulcan mind meld. Yeah. She nods. Okay, so, questions? Of course, please ask. So, I had a question about one of the pieces. Oh, really? I did? Oh, which one? One of the paintings? Yes, one of the paintings. Yeah, okay. I forgot. Actually, let me ask about something else. I guess I don't. I need to interact with one of the paintings and then come back to her. All right. There we go. So we got to do a little interacting. Can you see, Yavanna? Let's go with that. I cannot see, but only because I do not wish to. In time, I will allow my vision to return so that I can re-experience the contents of my Galleria with the benefit of new, fresh eyes. Okay, one other question. What is this place? Why, it's my Galleria of the Plains. She smiles and gestures around her. These pieces have been brought from far and wide. Some I sell, some I keep, all I display. At one time or another. Please enjoy them. And again, should you have any questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me of them. All right, other questions? What is of interest here? That's a stupid question, but we're going to ask it anyway. I'm afraid that I do not go far beyond the Galleria and cannot help you with this matter. Okay. Other stuff? Where can I find work here? Don't think she's going to be able to answer that, but we'll see. I'm afraid I do not go far behind. Yeah, okay. Yeah, broken record there. I wanted to ask about a specific place. Okay, well, I guess we will go with that. I'm afraid... Okay. How about directions? Nope. Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty here. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? She is a night hag, one of the eldest Grey Sisters of the Waste, who came to Sigil many centuries ago to pursue arcane experiments. It was believed that these experiments were against the lady's will, and that Ravel was thus banished from Sigil, imprisoned with one of the lady's mazes on the ethereal, where her body rests to this very day. Go on. Ravel was said to have been a master of riddles and puzzles, but it was believed that one riddle, one question in particular, was said to have plagued the ancient night hag. What can change the nature of a man? She issued a challenge to any who were interested. She promised to instruct any who came to her in her craft if they could only answer the question to her satisfaction. If they could not, they consented to be her next meal. Many died coveting Ravel's teachings. And it is believed that until her final hours in Sigil, Ravel never discovered the answer to her question. Go on. Ravel's crime was believed to be some means of trying to shatter the cage, trying to crack open Sigil itself for some unknown reason. She sighs. This is all I know of her. Okay. Do we have any follow-up questions on that? Nope. Doesn't look like we do. Okay. Let's take a look around. Let's just first walk around.
Ready.
Can you detect traps while you're here?
Done.
Well, this one's moving. I don't think it's supposed to be moving. Well, that one's moving too. That one's glowing. Okay, let's just start at the top here. How about I click one? The hundreds of chips of translucent green glass which make up this stained glass window don't appear to be held together by anything, but rather remain free-floating and mysteriously suspended within the iron frame's boundaries. The shards ripple and move in slow waves, causing bizarre patterns to fluctuate across the window's surface as various portions of it refract to Galleria's light in different directions. A small placard beside the window reads, Arcadian Stained Glass Window. So, my wife, being Brazilian, I don't know if they have museums or not, but on our honeymoon, we went to New York. She loves New York, and it's my first experience in New York. Country boy like me gets a culture city shock to New York, okay? So, by the second day, I could handle myself. I mean, I was a New Yorker for while I was there. But anyway, we're in the museum, and my beautiful, beautiful wife wants to touch some of the stuff. Stuff that's, centuries old. She does. And one of the curators, of course, chastises her. Like, do not touch the exhibit. And I'm like, I don't even know this person now. But that's not the worst of it. Something else happened. We'll save that for another time. Let's continue on. Let's touch the glass. You reach out to touch the undulating glass shards, but find you cannot do so. Your hand stops just short of the surface of the glass. I'm not gonna punch it. Or actually, I guess I should try to see if it will stop. You succeed only in bruising your knuckles. The glass may as well be sheet iron. Okay. That's weird. This painting shows an enormous granite keep, a hideous thing, long and low, covered in leering gargoyles, suspended in what looks to be the night sky. A cloud of crimson and violet vapor whirls in the background along the right side of the painting. A placard reads simply, "The Library." Okay. This painting depicts a shore scene with a wide reddish-orange sun setting behind a peninsula or a large jetty. The scene, though unoriginal, is breathtaking. The play of the fading daylight across the water is captured perfectly, but staring at the painted sun for any length of time makes your eyes ache. The placard reads, "Surface of Thalasia." Yeah, we're going to touch it. Oddly enough, there is nothing unusual about the surface of the painting. Yeah, we're just, touch stuff. Sir, please refrain from fighting the displays. Sir. A set of 4 paintings which portray an empty beach in the dead of night. The air around the painting smells faintly of brine, and the painting sea seems to ebb and flow across the darkened shore. A placard reads, "Karasuthran Shoreline." I'm going to sniff it. The surface of the painting smells strongly of sea air. Okay, I'm going to touch it. You place your hand on the painting, not knowing quite what to expect, but it is merely the texture of painted canvas that you feel beneath your fingertips. Okay. He got a Cheeto dust on it. Oh, man. Several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. A placard on the pedestal reads, Dark Birds of Acanthus. Should I touch one? Grab one? Oh boy. Our arm would probably get chopped up. I could just leave them be, but we are touching everything. Maybe I should just stick with the theme and touch it. I need to blow my nose here. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Wanted to do that off stream. All right. I'm going to leave them be. Quick save. Because, yeah, I'm curious. Y'all are curious. I'm curious. I'm gonna touch one. I've had my intestines and arm and whatnot taken out. Okay. Look. Can y'all all come over here? All right.
Done.
Touch one. As you reach out to touch one of the whirling shards, your fingers enters the icy wind that rises from the pedestal. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around your finger, causing you to momentarily draw back. If I grab one, am I going to break this? I'm just like a 5-year-old in this, I mean, there's no sign. And if I lose a finger, so what, We're going to put it back in. You thrust your finger back into the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your forefinger freezes solid. As one of the black shards spins into it, your fingertip breaks off with a sharp crack and goes skittering across the galleria floor. The icy dark birds remain in their whirling orbit as you wait for your fingertip to grow back. Leave. Hope no one saw any of that. Yep. Just whoop, grew right back. All right.
I'm gone.
Oh, man. Okay. All right.
All right.
This is a portrait of a grotesque, hook-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a sickly blue-gray color. Her eyes glow red, like the embers of a dying fire. Her chin, long and sharp, just forward in an extreme underbite. 2 yellowed canines protrude upwards from her lower jaw, like small tusks. The smile upon her withered, purplish lips speak of a horrible secret. A placard reads, Grey Hag of Onius. As you begin to turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A strange tingling sensation arises in the back of your mind, a memory beginning to surface. Ooh, let's recall it. You recall standing confused in a maze of briars. The hideous crone from the painting is before you, cackling wildly. You grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. My poor, dear, lovely man-thing, she croons. Why, that was your first wish. She points a single bony, clawed finger at your forehead. Your temples begin to throb painfully, and you can remember nothing more. What happened to the severed finger? Oh, it's we scooted it under the carpet or something somewhere. Don't worry, it grew back. So that was ravel, whatever. This looks to be a subterranean landscape, a massive cavern interior filled with colorful, faintly luminescent, gigantic fungi. Placard reads, Veil beneath Clangadon. I got to... There we go. I had some dust on my glasses there. This painting is a dark cityscape, a faraway view of some giant center of civilization being burned to the ground. The streets of the place are empty, however, absent of soldiers, refugees, and even corpses. A placard reads, "The Folly of Udu." Okay. A brilliant ruby statuette stands on this pedestal, carved into the image of a winged humanoid. The figure is either demonic or angelic in nature, but it is difficult to tell which because it refracts the light in the Galleria strangely. There is no placard indicating what exactly the statuette is. Okay, leave. This statue looks like it is about to make some angry proclamation. The sculptor has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension and lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken many long months to get correct. Fine cracks run over the entire statue, and there is a plague attached to its base. Okay, we're going to read it. The plaque reads, "This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Ithurian sorcerer Gangrahadan." Something like that. Gangrahadan. Yeah, whatever. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone. It is said that to have been frozen with the final awful curse still upon his lips, a curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. We're going to examine it. The statue looks like it's about to make... Oh, okay, yep. Examine the cracks. You carefully examine the cracks that run like a network of fine black veins along the statue's surface. At one point near its inner arm is a section where an entire splinter of stone looks ready to come off. Sure, let's break it. You reach for the section of the forearm where the cracks have formed, grip it firmly, and yank! To no avail. You'll need a hammer to break the stone, and a small one. The limited space between the statue's arm and body means a large one. One suitable for combat, for instance, won't work. We need a tiny hammer. Udu hoodoo. You do hoodoo. The surface of this painting, a collage of vivid colors, ripples constantly as if it were the surface of a pond during a light rain. A placard reads, "Wave Motion Study Number 7. Oh, we're gonna touch it. You place your palm against the canvas. You cannot feel the ripples themselves, though a cool tingling sensation passes through your hand at first contact. Okay.
Endure. Your will be done. All right.
This painting, an abstract work of greens and purples, writhes and ripples as it is watched. Closer examination reveals that the actual painted image is changing rather than the canvas itself. A placard states, "Moments glance from the walls of Mokkama." Something like that. Touch it. You place your hand upon the painting as you had suspected. It is not that the canvas is physically moving, but that the painting image itself is changing. Okay. Let's check this one out. This painting shows what looks to be an infinitely long stream of bilious green gas stretching off into the darkness. Or bilious, I guess. The horizon of a blasted rocky plain can be seen in the lower right-hand corner of the painting. One is given the impression that the head of the green cloud is rearing to strike down upon it. The placard reads, "Hazaroth at the consumption of Nagar." All right. So apparently I'm a sensate. Do you have questions regarding one of the pieces? Yeah, I do. Let's ask about all of them. The Arcadian stained glass window. A stained glass window found hovering on the third layer of Arcadia 32 years ago, foretelling a scene that had yet to occur. When the event came to pass, the images faded to leave what you saw behind. It is believed to have captured both the light and the darkness from the orb of night and day on Arcadia, then slowly release it, creating a brief but slow fade of dawning and dusk, but only within the glass itself. Orb of night and day, Arcadia? Arcadia is a plane of peaceful order, also known as the land of perfect good. The orb of night and day is a sphere set in the top of Arcadia's highest peak. Each half emits either light or darkness. The turning of the orb gives Arcadia its day and night. Let me ask about another one. The dark birds.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. Time to hydrate. All of them are chipped from the great magical sheet of black, infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Arcanthus. Yafana pauses, tapping her chin. It is said that this sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx, and that the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx memory-destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. If the waters of the Styx destroy one's memories, would this ice form from Arcanthus do the same? I could only assume. Yeah. Okay, what about another one? Let's ask about the ruby statuette. That piece was found in a cathedral in the fertile fields of Elysium on the first layer, Amoria the Untroubled, where it bordered the river Oceanus. Something like that, right? The name of the piece is not known, but the skill and craftsmanship are believed to be one of the most striking examples of gem cutting in the plains. The mere way in which the piece captures, distills, and enhances the light through its facets is part of the breathtaking wonder. It seems to bring to light the possible ideological connection between even the most evil and the purest beings in the multiverse. Fascinating. Okay, let me ask you about another one. The Screaming Man. This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Assyrian sorcerer. Oh yeah, this guy. Gangrahadan. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness. He was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone, and is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips, a curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. Yeah, we read that part. It is said that the fury of the curse was enough to blister the flesh from the bones of those that heard it, and that it could even shatter the stones themselves. Is that a new magic spell I could learn, maybe? Yes, one of the paintings. Do we get to... Wow, we got a lot of talking to do. A lot of talking. Because one of these could be a memory, it could be a journal update, something. So we're going to have to ask. Starting with number 1, the shoreline. Korasura is a layer of the beastlands which is perpetually shrouded in night, filled with all manner of animals that stalk their prey in the darkness. A painter who had fallen in love with a cat lord and followed her to her homeland gave the paintings to me. Never did he reveal to me the secrets of their construction. Alright, about another painting. Learns of an abominable curse. Instantly wants to learn it. Yeah, right? That's me in a nutshell. Let's talk about the consumption of Nagar. Nagar. This painting is a copy from the wall of one of the gatehouses, Sigil's largest asylum, cell walls. All the occupant could speak was, Hazawath has consumed Nagar. Hazawath has consumed Nagar. A bit frightening, I think, but a fine painting nonetheless. The surface of Thalazia, or Thalasia. I think it's Thalasia.
Thalasia!
Alright. Thalasia is the sea in which the river Oceanus, which winds through most of all the plain of Elysium, begins and ends. The piece was painted by one of the many islands' inhabitants. The library. I know very little about this piece. It simply arrived on the doorstep of my Galleria one day, swathed in a black cloth and labeled "From the Citadel." One knowledgeable patron hypothesized that it might be some great sorcerer's fortress suspended within a demi-plane of their own creation. The Folly of Udu. This painting illustrates one of the legends of the prime world Goha. Udu was a wizard king of such skill and power that he set to casting a spell that would turn himself into a power, and the people of his great nation into divine servants. With the spell's completion, lightning crashed down around Udu's palace, setting it ablaze, and before the thunder had died away, the city was empty. Not a living thing to be found. Over 70,000 people vanished without a trace, in a heartbeat. No one knows the fate of Udu or his people. The Veil Beneath Klangnaden. Bullbog Stonenose sold this painting to me. It is of a field beneath Mount Klangnaden, the home of the dwarf Inerior, spirits of the upper planes who serve as guardians or warriors in the plane of Arcadia. Okay. The Grey Hag. Surely this is going to do something for us, right? This is said to be the portrait of Ravel Puzzlewell, very likely the most evil hag to have terrorized the Grey Waste and beyond. Now, we've already asked her, right? Are we going to get the same thing? Yeah, it's the same stuff. I'm just making sure. Another question about paintings. Where is it? Number 8, the wave motion. Young man whose name I do not know sold me this piece. It was one of the several he had, but the others already had owners, or so he said. I would so like to possess the entire collection, but alas, it oft seems some things are not meant to be. Okay, last one more painting. Moments. Glance. There we go, number 9. Makamaza Gesari Fortress, which floats in the plane of limbo. The moment's glance was painted by the Chaos Scholar, D, who remembers everything she sees with perfect clarity when she is not stricken with madness. Okay, other questions? Did we get any updates? Doesn't look like it. All right, farewell. So we need a hammer. Do we have a hammer? I had a hammer. I sold a hammer. Would that hammer work? If I go buy it? Maybe? It's one of the ones that the Dabu were working with. Maybe. Done. Why is it so dark? I guess it's always been that way. I guess we'll go in here. What's this Doug boss? You know what? Before I forget, let's go see if we can buy the hammer again. Okay, it was low reward. And in here, Pretty sure I sold it. Don't know who I sold it to, but let me see your wares again. It would be at the bottom, right? So no hammers there.
I'm gone.
Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, this was an accident. We see a wiry older man who appears to be watching all the market workmen. Occasionally he barks out an order to the workers who hastily comply. He frowns at your approach. His frown turns into a scowl. I know you. You're that Burke who's been running around asking all the questions. Yeah, I got questions for you too. Gives you a self-satisfied nod. Yeah, well, I don't have time or answers for you. I suggest you leave here before I call the guard. And don't be bothering my men, you hear? Okay. All right. Can you, move? I'd like to see your wares. All right. Where is it? There it is. No, that's not it. This. That's it. We'll buy it. Buy it back. See if we can use that. Maybe not. Maybe we can't. What time is it? Oh, wow. Traveling just from that to that was like 2 hours or something? What the heck? Yeah, like 3, 4.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. I'm just gonna save. Examine them. Break the piece off. All right. Does it need to be? No, I guess it would. I guess having it in my inventory. Who can use a hammer? No one can use a hammer. Okay, well, we just bought it back for 2 and whatever. Actually, just, it's no good here. Alright. Those should be on anyway. Man, when it gets dark here, it gets dark.
All right.
Huh. Oh yeah, we were gonna go check out this area next. He's looking for a book. Oh, so this is locked, but not this. I see. So I could be rifling through whatever, but, you know, whatever. It's okay. We miss out on some stuff. It's not going to be the end of the world. This short, scholarly man, a tight, nervous frown on his face, looks you up and down. Greetings, I am Finem, and I must beg your pardon, sir, but I care little for guests, invited or otherwise, so unless you've business with me, I would ask you to leave. Could I ask you some questions? I would have you know that I am a scholar and a linguist, sir. While I shall happily entertain any questions regarding my field of study, language, and the like, I can be of no help to you in other matters. Okay. All right. We will leave once I just get a quick look at your house here. Okay. All right. And I've got a good look. Okay. Did not realize that was a house. It does say it's a home, but okay. The Curiosity Shop.
All right.
Let's go there next. Verishika? Standish. Okay. Bound in flesh, huh? Creatures hide. Faint memories. Invisible books, huh?
All right.
This downtrodden little man scurries about the Curiosity Shop, dusting, cataloging, and moving things about for the place's proprietress. You notice he smells faintly of onions. He glances up at you nervously as you approach him. Please, sir, I cannot speak with you. I've work to do, and my mistress simply won't allow it. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't. Please leave me be before my mistress notices me talking to you. Your mistress? Oh, I'm so getting this man in trouble. Yes, Mistress Verishika. I am Standish, her servant, her slave. I committed a crime and was sentenced to slavery, and then purchased in the lower world like many of her slaves, most of whom she keeps at her manor. Now please, I beg of you, leave me be, or she'll become angered and beat me unmercifully. Ooh, okay. All right, well, see you. I won't bother you. I thought it would be entertaining, but no, not anymore. Oh yeah, she's gonna beat him. All right, this sharp-featured woman's appearance is attractive, though somewhat disturbing, with her blue-black skin and bright yellow eyes. As she examines you, a small pair of bat-like wings unfold from her back, then seem to settle back into her skin. Well, a floating, disembodied, pervocating skull. She narrows her eyes. You're the scarred man who's been going around asking all the questions? She looks you up and down. You sure look lost. Did you want to come in, really? Or are you just casing the place because you have nothing better to do? Because Verishika, she indicates herself, can help you. How can you help me? I travel and trade extensively. I hear a great deal. I purchase a great deal, and I own a great deal. Perhaps I can make you a great deal. Is there anything that you desire? Only answers to some questions? I'll entertain any questions about the merchandise, but I'm not going to be drawn into one of your famous 20 questions about anything around the Spire. Understood? They know us so well. What are you? She sighs loudly. An Alufine, a half-demon. My mother was Tanari, a fiend, and my father a great king of mortals. Such a rude question. But then, you're rather rude-looking yourself, aren't you? Okay, another question. What did you mean by calling Morty, prevaricating? Yeah. Misrepresenting, perjuring, dismutulating, yeah, lying. Oh, did I say that? I meant a floating, disembodied, pontificating skull, as in dogmatic, always stating an opinion in a self-important manner. She smiles innocently. Other question? Tell me about this place, at least. What you see within the shop is the result of much trading and traveling across the plains. She makes a sweeping gesture of the shop. Weapons, charms, and other specialty items are for sale here as well. Everything that is rare and oh so exquisite fills this emporium. Your needs, I sate them. Okay. Let's see your merchandise then. Okay. Would you care to examine the weapons and charms or some of my more exotic acquisitions? Let's go with weapons and charms first. What is this? Oh, blindness. Okay. Raised dead. Oh, okay. So we can resurrect someone that dies, I suppose? Oh, it's an eye. And I can use eyes. Just pop one out, put it in. This gives a Thaco, and it gives some detect trap skill bonus. -1 armor class versus crushing. +1 versus missile. So not so great against crushing, but yeah. At first glance, this glass eye seems a poor replacement for a real one. However, when inserted into an empty eye socket facing inwards, its power awakens. Although the eye dulls the wearer to colors and sights, it increases its awareness of angles and shapes, giving the wearer greater accuracy with weapons and giving him a greater chance of dodging incoming missile attacks. Furthermore, mechanical traps stand out to the wearer's vision, making it easier to spot and disarm them. The user becomes more vulnerable to crushing attacks, however. Some of the fragility of the glass seems to be transferred to its wearer. Okay. The magnifying lens. Usable only by Modrons. Okay. So, not great against missiles, not great against this, but +10 to lore skill. Alright. It's good for examining things up close, but makes for a poor sighting scope. Lens of inherent viciousness. I guess we get a companion that's a Modron. I don't know. The snap-on magnifying lens somehow seems inherently vicious to you. Can't really explain why this is. You have a strange feeling it's looking at you sometimes, sizing you up. So +2 to damage, +2 to missile weapons. All right. So do we get a ranged a person? That would be really awesome because it's melee, well, mage, but you know, weapon-wise, melee. I mean, it'd be nice to get a ranged person. Scroll of Cloud Kill. Now that I'm interested in. I already have one of these, right? Yes. It's not unique, so I could get another one. Heart of the Fosterer. What is that? Summons a Somayan. Usable only by evil and neutral characters. It's an artifact. Said to be the heart of the Fosterer. According to legend, the Fosterer was a sorcerer who built his empire upon the plain of Shale many centuries ago. He was rumored to have 3,333 hearts, and each of them carried in a different evil he had committed in his lifetime. One of the evils he committed was the discovery of how to summon the Somian and bind them to his will. It is said that the Fosterer was carried away by these beasts after he invoked them against some ancient foe, leaving only his hearts behind. According to planar scholars, the Somian are fiendish horses said to have been born from the blood of the last of the Nightmare Lords. They're not so much flesh and blood as an abstract given substance. They come to anyone who seeks revenge and bind themselves to them. They were born from a great treachery at the Gloom Meet, the time when the fiends gathered to speak to the others of their kind. The nightmares ride the skies to gather the fiends to this meeting, acting as messengers, while the fiends saw the nightmares are helpful, convenient allies. They had grown tired of bartering with the last of the Nightmare Lords for his consent to use them. So the fiends called a Gloom Meet only for the... Man, this has got some lore. So the fiends called a Gloom Meet only for the purpose of killing. They lured the Nightmare Lord there to kill him, and when he arrived, the fiends set upon him. He beseeched the other nightmares for aid, but they only watched, their eyes aflame as their lord was attacked. The fiends tried to put him into a dead book. They scattered the earth with caltrops covered with the foulest poisons, and the hells hurled barbed cold iron spears as a league wide into him. And then when he tried to take to the air to escape, they turned the sky alight with magic, blinding his eyes white. They struck at him with everything in their hateful arsenal, but no matter what they struck him with, he was too proud to die. They had hounded him to the edge of the outlands, firing the cruel arrows and spears into him until he staggered into the hinterland mists and died there, or so it is said. It is said that as the Nightmare Lord stumbled into the mists of the hinterlands, his dark blood left a steaming trail across the landscape. Wherever his blood fell, the outland itself cried out, wailing like a banshee, uttering the cries that the Nightmare Lord would not. Less than a year later, the Summian rode from the hinterlands seeking out any nightmares and fiends where they could find them. The cries were the same as had risen from the blood wounds on the outlands, and their minds were focused solely on revenge. It is said that gripping the heart of Summian and wishing harm upon another will cause them to appear. They will answer the user's call and then fade into the mists for which they came. The ashes, and it's only usable by name. It's not usable by mages, but usable only by nameless one. Well, I'm a mage, but I can't use it because I'm a mage. I mean, the nameless one can use it, but I'm a mage, so I can't really use it. So these ashes are all that remains of the school of illusionists called the Pabellum. According to their expedition logs, they traveled to the plane of Shale in search of the lost workers of the Fosterer, a powerful sorcerer who once ruled an empire where the plane of Shale now lies. The naive illusionists were successful as they stumbled across one of his lost works, a hive of vicious creatures called the Trelons. The remains of the mages were found days later by 2 Barrier scouts and were burned over a pyre as a symbol of their folly. To unlock the power of these ashes, one only needs to stir them with the index finger of the left hand, then sprinkle a pinch of the ashes into the air in circular pattern. The smell of the remains of the dead mages is said to cause a Trelon to appear to serve the user. No one knows where the Trelons originated from, but they seem to combine the worst characteristics of demons and insects. They seem to bear an insane hatred for mages, but the reason for this is unknown. I see. Okay. Well, a dread bond. Fighters and living creatures. +1 to strength and immunity to panic. That seems pretty good. Legend has it that this bracelet was created by Nasak the Sadistic. Tiny razor-sharp spikes cover the entire surface of this item, injecting small amounts of rare reagents into the bloodstream of the user. The effect of these chemicals causes the user to feel a constant adrenaline rush of strength. So yeah, 1 to strength. Immunity to panic. Seems like a good idea. Do I want to sell anything? What is this again? Oh yeah, it's my save poison. I'm not going to sell my decanter. My knot charm. I don't know. Probably don't need the pry bar. Probably don't need my severed arm. I'm real tempted to get the cloud kill. It's a level 5. Super tempted. What's my spell book up to now? Yeah, we don't even have level 5 stuff, so I won't spend the money just yet. Let's check out her exotic stuff. The exotic items. Ooh, she smiles as you look at the various shelves in the middle of the shop. If you see nothing you like here, there are more items towards the front and the back of the store as well. Wow. Okay. Let's start with the first one, the fiend's tongue. You examine what appears to be a tongue floating in a jar of brine. Verishika frowns at it. This is a fiend's tongue. A Cornagon's, I think, but who really knows? It's said that placed into the mouth of any living thing, it will give the ability of speech even if there was none before. I'm selling this oddity for only 66 coppers. Should you want it? Do I know of anyone that can't talk? Let's see the other things. Let's check out the solve. You examine a bottle labeled as Gorgon Sauve. Verishika holds it up for you. I traded for this with some sword-slinging prime worlder. Perseus, I think was his name. Smeared onto the surface of any being turned to stone. It will revert them to flesh. Only 100 copper coppins. A bargain, considering how handy it might come in should you ever find a friend of yours transmuted to rock. Wonder, do you think it'll work on any of those statues in that museum? Alright, let's look at the other stuff. The metallic cube. You examine a small metal replica of a cube-like creature with huge eyes on one of its faces. The toy has 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 folding wings, and at least 18 points of articulation. Verishika smiles as you pick it up. A collector's item, perhaps, or a piece of artwork, who knows? But I like it. If you do buy it, ask around. Someone might know more about it than I. You can have it for only 1,500 copper coins. I'll probably had to come back here for other stuff, but anyway, well, let's look at the monster jug. You examine a plain-looking jug. Despite its common appearance, you feel reluctant to touch the thing, as if it might bite you. Verishika watches you, chuckling and shrugs. It's a jug. It's got some sort of monster trapped in it. That's why your hair is prickling up like that. If you'd like it, it's only 123 copper. Let's look at the front of the store. Baby oil? You examine a number of small bottles, each labeled as baby oil. She picks it up and presents it to you. Interested? It's the real thing, of course. Thousands of mewling mortal babies went into the making of the stuff. Oh, no, thanks. Let me see the other stuff. Chocolate quasit? You examine a twisted little imp-like creature sculpted out of pure milk chocolate. It looks delicious, does it not? Imported from the lower plains. These are rare, you know, and quite prized by lovers of chocolate and confections. It is a real quasit, a fiendish familiar, polymorphed into chocolate by powerful sorcery. It's only 199 coppers. What is this stuff for? Codex of the Inconceivable. It's a rather unassuming book held close by a tiny brass lock. That, coos Verishika, is the Codex of the Inconceivable. I'll only say that it's just, well, I cannot explain it. Mere words simply won't suffice. You can own it yourself for a mere 1,000 copper commons, and believe me, it is well worth it. Okay, let's keep looking. Deva's Tears? It's a small glass vial labeled as Deva's Tears. These were collected from a Deva who was captured during a blood war skirmish. The fiends tormented the imprisoned angel for eons before he at last escaped. The small bottle holds the 12 tears he shed in that time. Their price is but 100 copper commons. The elixir of horrific separation. This stuff was compounded by a scholar who found she possessed a darker half, a side of her which took control at times and bade her to do awful things. This potion was to have split the darker half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy killers, however, found it and executed her for a string of depraved murders before she could use it. I charge you 200. Yeah, we're going to buy this because maybe that will split the alchemist guy. I'll take it. Ooh, she purrs. A wise choice. The copper we pour in her hand seems to disappear the moment it touches her palm. She hands you the item. I'd like to look at them some more. Front of the store again. Okay. Middle of the store now. Oh, okay. Back of the store. Examine the stained lens. You examine a stained ground glass lens the width of your hand, held in brushed steel ring. A small geared protrusion coming off the ring makes it look as if the lens should attach to some sort of clockwork machine, and it smells faintly of horrible perfume. Barishika holds it up for you. I've no idea what this really is, but it radiates fairly powerful magic. An old soldier named Gaius brought it up to me from a lower plane battlefield. He murdered his own men in order to escape his tour of duty there and brought me a number of interesting items he collected over the course of the campaign. I've kept it mostly as a conversation piece, so you may have it for 149 copper coins if you'd like it. Show me more. Let's see the other things. Yavera's ring. You examine a ring in a small padded case. She holds it up to you. This is Yavera's ring of almost invisibility. It makes its wearer invisible. Well, almost. I would part with it for the meager sum of 349 copper commons. Let's look at other things. The rune-covered ale stein. You examine a large pewter ale stein covered in strange runes. She holds it up to you more closely. An ale mug of unusual manufacture which keeps its contents, usually beer of course, icy cold, whatever the surrounding temperature. 299 copper commons, and you'll enjoy the frostiest ale you've ever had outside the paraplane of ice. That sounds pretty cool. But nope, let's keep on looking. The tattered rag doll. The years have not been kind to this tiny rag doll. It's coming apart at the seams and looks like its threads are unraveling. It is obviously intended to be a replica of the Lady of Pain, but the bottom eyes and its plush softness don't strike much fear into your heart. She holds it up to you. This was found in a well-trapped strong box sunk deep beneath the surface of Sigil. It was part of a small hoard of treasure and forbidden magical text, though I don't know what it's for. If you like it, it's only 99 copper coins. And then that is it. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see if we can't help out the guy.
All right.
Where was he? In here, right?
Goldward, also known as Wanker City.
I'm gone.
Wanker. I got this elixir. Do you think that'll help you? Ooh, they snap to the bottle in your hands. He nods. Here you are then. Ooh, yeah. Pestilkin takes the bottle in both his hands and places it beneath the counter. His left eye focuses on you, while his right eye and hand concentrate on scribbling furiously on the countertop. We can use this to make something that'll fix this right on up. Now, if you give us a moment, we've got it all worked out. We'll make you some healing stuffs for a reward. All right. I'll take that. you done? Oh yeah, you're separated. Nice! The man's face closely resembles Pestilkin's, though without the crawling skin and constant subtle mutations. Greetings again, the name's Kin. Needing something? I was hoping to get some healing concoctions? Oh, he'll handle that. Okay, I'll speak to him then. All right. Well, can I talk to you about other things first? How about questions? I work in the stockroom all day. I do. I'm no good to ask you questions of. All right. Can I buy something then? You'll have to talk. Okay. All right. Was there anything else to talk to this guy about? No. All right. Ooh. This man closely resembles... Oh, okay, yeah. Greetings again, sir, and well met. And what is it Pestle can do for ye? Yeah, those concoctions. Yes, of course, your reward, Let's see. Now, I'll manufacture them for you for nothing, of course, but I'll need the proper ingredients. An Oni's heart, or powdered hematite, or the hair of a diva, or a thread from... a Simon's robe, or the blood of a regenerating creature such as a troll, or actually my wounds heal very quickly. Yeah. Do they now? Well then, your own blood just might do. Here, give me a sample if you would. Oh, okay. After drawing a small quantity of your blood and retreating to the back of the store, it returns with a number of what appear to be hardened drops of blood. Placed upon one's tongue, these clot charms will heal existing wounds and aid in the prevention of new ones for a time. Thanks. Some questions. But I only speak of the store. Besides, I rarely leave the place, you see. You better off finding... Alright, let's buy something then. Fine. Doesn't really have anything that I have to have. I mean, the heal stuff is nice. Don't get me wrong. 18 points. That's really good. It's really good stuff. Alright. So what do we get? 10 of these? It's not bad. Okay, well, got a quest done. We'll take that. Okay, so we have not done the Advocate's Home. I think we do that next. Oh, and I haven't explored all of this, I guess, up here either. Looks like I can go up here. But we'll do that in a minute.
I'm gone.
(9:04 p.m.) I don't know if this is a good thing or not. We're in somebody's house. Hold on. I'm gonna do quick save. I don't know if this is a bad idea. Maybe, maybe
right.
not. Is there traps in here? The Advocate. Okay. Surely there's no traps, right? Let's just talk to him. This man is dressed in soft blue robes covered with intricate designs. Despite their opulence, however, the robes look wrinkled and worn. You place the man's age somewhere between middle age and early 60s. The worry lines make an exact determination difficult. As you enter, the man turns slowly towards you. As he does, you are suddenly struck with the terrible sense that you know this man, or did at one time. Hello? He squints at you, if trying to place you. Yes, is there something I can help you with? Who are you?
Updated my journal.
Ooh. I am Ennis. He studies you and frowns. Were you looking for me? I don't know. What is this place? I am an advocate. These are my offices. His voice takes on an irritated edge. Do you seek counsel? If not, perhaps you had best test your curiosity elsewhere. So an advocate, what is that?
Updated my journal.
He's saying he's a lawyer, a counselor, one of those Burks who rattle their bone boxes at the courts. His frown deepens. You're here. I thought maybe you fell asleep, Tater. I wouldn't blame you. An advocate provides counsel, helps others navigate the labyrinths of Sigil's legal system, arranges legacies for citizens to ensure that their property is divided as they choose upon death, defends those in Sigil courts who have been wrongly accused. He pauses. Did you need help in any of these areas? Legacies? It's been a long day. Yeah. No worries, man. No worries at all. If you need to go to sleep, you go for it. I appreciate you just being here, even if it was for a little bit, so. They are contracts that are deliverable at the death of the client. They provide specifics on how a person's possessions are to be divided upon the event of their demise. I have also heard them called wills. So yeah, I'll be on. I'm going to be on as much as I can tonight, and then I'm going to be on in the afternoon too for 5 or 6 hours. So I'm trying to put a big dent into the game this weekend and hopefully finish it this coming week, and hopefully start Baldur's Gate immediately after. So funny how it was that sound clip that snapped me out of it, like Pavlov's dog. They updated my journal. Yeah, it's been a while since we have updated our journal. I see. Perhaps there's something else you can help with. Excuse me for asking, but are you all right? My hair is tickling my nose. Yeah, are you all right? You must excuse me, as of late I've been beset by troubles. I'm afraid it's been rather trying time these past few years. Anything I could help with? No. There is little that can be done, he nods at you. Nevertheless, I appreciate your offer. Thank you. Perhaps talking about your troubles will help ease your mind. Because I'm just, that kind of guy. He sighs. I do not wish to burden you. I lost my daughter not long ago. There was also the fire. But that is another matter. So yeah, tell me about your daughter. Instantly, Janus seems to collapse into himself. Yes, his business, like facade, drains from his face to be replaced with cold despair. My daughter, Dianara, passed away some time ago. Wait a minute, why is that name so familiar? I think that's someone we know? Yeah, she's the one in the memorial hall. Okay, first we're gonna... We're not gonna say that, but we're gonna ask about her. What was she like? She was young. She had recently joined the Society of Sensation, the Sensates. Not an unpleasant faction, but she had also met someone there. She followed him on a journey, and there she died. He looks pained. I was not even able to recover her body. You say she was a sensate?
Updated my journal.
Yes, he becomes slightly more animated, as if warming himself on a precious memory. She had joined them because of her gift and the fact that there was so much about the multiverse that she wanted to experience. The sensates lend themselves readily to the sharing of experience and sensation. Gift.
Updated my journal.
Ooh, wow. So was she our... Seems like I had more than one lover, depending on which memory I'm beset upon. Because there was Elwyn, which we're recording. Sounds like Deninaria. And now Anna. Well, there was that one bite, but anyway. My daughter had the blood of an oracle running in her veins, but it was an unreliable talent. At times, she could predict events before they took place. She had sight. She could see through time itself, sift through the threads of fate. Do you know anything about this man she journeyed with? Little. I barely even knew of his existence until she had departed. By then it was too late to have known him. Do you know where she went on this journey? She never said. I'm not certain she was capable of saying where they had gone. It must have been a terrible place. So how did she die? I do not know. Her body was never recovered. His face turns blood red and his hands clench into fists, and that is perhaps the most maddening part of this misery. But we'll never know what possessed her to run off like that, what happened to her, nor where her body lies now. How do you know she's dead if you never saw the body? It is most curious. I went to the dustman to see if they had found her body, and they directed me to one of their faction outside. A dustman named Death of Names, I believed. He is said to be an oracle of sorts concerning those who have died. He told me my daughter had died. Okay, we're gonna ask about the man again. Oh boy. I believe that was... First, let's tell me about this fire. There is nothing much to say about the matter. It was strange localized fire. I cannot imagine what would have been precious in the documents that were burned, but someone must have wanted them destroyed. Any luck getting the person responsible? No, neither the Harmonium nor the Mercy Killers have any fortune in locating them. So what was burned? A number of old legacies were burned, and some mementos and other keepsakes. Okay. About your daughter. Tell me about the man. Actually, I saw a woman by that name interred in the mortuary memorial hall. She had become a ghost and claimed she knew me. But what? What did you just say? Her spirit now resides in the memorial hall. I spoke with her for a time, and she seems to be in distress. You spoke to her? What distresses her? Me, apparently. She said that she loved me and that I had loved her, and that I had forsaken her. I see. Perhaps. He frowns and studies you. His face has become like stone. Are you the one she left sigil with? The one who had led her on the journey that killed her? I'm not certain. I think I may be that man, but I have forgotten much. You? You are the one, and you say you have forgotten? He draws himself up. He looks like he's squaring himself for a battle. You have forgotten. But the incident was not so long ago. How can this be? I have a strange condition. I lose myself for a time. Anything you can tell me about myself or your daughter would be invaluable. Oh, countless layers have I known in my tenure in this city. He studies you intently. You do not strike me as one of them. At least on this matter. If you truly do not remember, then whatever befell you and my daughter on your journey must have left deep scars. I'm inclined to agree. Then I ask your word on this. If your memory returns and you discover what has happened to my daughter, return to me so that my mind may be at rest on this matter. I will do that. Very well. Then, now leave. I wish to be alone with my thoughts. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that was interesting. We're gonna need a place to stay. Maybe the brothel will do that. A place to rest. Not that we really need it, but, you know, wouldn't hurt.
All right.
All right. Oh, yeah. That's some classy brothel music right there. Welcome to our brothel. Is she gonna actually talk to me? The music is great. Before you is a stunning golden-haired woman dressed in an azure and violet dress with two long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She is surveying the room with a slight smile. She is easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Greetings.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
Are we getting the music because this could be a companion later? Ooh. Looks like Anna's got a run for her money. The woman turns as you address her. She takes your measure, then nods slightly. You notice her eyes are azure, the exact same color as her dress. Well met, traveler. She reaches up to brush back a stray lock of golden hair. How may I help you? Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am called Fall from Grace. She studies you for a moment. You are new to Sigil, are you not? Yes, I am. Does it show? She smiles slightly. Not as much as you might think. You carry yourself quite well. So what is this? What is this place? This is the brothel of slating intellectual lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake on this establishment. What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than a simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in the verbal arts with others. Sounds dull, Morty. I assure you it is not. Tour the brothel, see for yourselves. So there's no intercourse. Why did you establish such a place? She raises an eyebrow. That is an odd question. She frowns. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that, at least directly. My apologies, Lady Grace. I didn't mean to be so direct. I was merely curious. Oh, no apologies are necessary. I'm more than happy to discuss the reasons with you if you wish. I would like to hear them, yes. Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. I see. Oh, wait. And that is why you established this place? This brothel is intended to slate the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fill the hive and low rewards. So it encourages intellectual fencing rather than, the other kind of fencing. The women here must be special indeed. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have a natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. So the ladies here are ladies in training, so to speak. Yes, I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command to the language. To be able to employ language to invoke emotions and others is a tremendous skill. Can I ask other questions? The wings on your back, you are not human, I take it. Oh, Anna's breaking in here. She's one of the fiends, one of the succubi she is. She'll take your measure, then she'll take your soul to the lower planes, so she will. Your companion is correct. I am a lesser Tanari, more specifically a succubus. She gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with various pleasures of the flesh. And you?
Updated my journal.
I'd like to think that I have distanced myself from that. It is ultimately a trivial and non-productive way for one to spend one's time here in the multiverse. There's much more to life, wouldn't you agree? Okay, other questions. I am here looking for helps. Perhaps you can help me. Number 4. What kind of help are you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In doing so, I've lost myself. You have been stricken with amnesia? Fall from Grace looks pained. How terrible! Do you have any idea how it happened? Not really, at least not what I can remember. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary and everything before that is black. You awoke in the mortuary? I think the dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I can regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. She seems to be appraising you with renewed interest. Those scars on your body, she reaches out a hand as if to touch you. May I? Sure. She drags her finger across your chest lightly, tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do not look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. She steps back. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. What do you intend to do now? I need to get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. I don't really know. For the moment, I'm just searching for... I go with number 1. I need all of it back. Yeah. In fact, that's what we're doing. Her finger tapping on her chin. I must say, I've never met a man who has lost himself in the literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like knowing who I am, what I may have done, who my enemies are, and who are my friends. Oh, yeah. I have offended you with my words. I give my apology if you will have it. Oh, no harm done. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories. Can I ask some more questions?
Updated my journal.
Ooh, okay. Can you tell me about the Sensates? They're the faction of the sigil that is devoted to experience. Without sensation, we are blinded to much of the multiverse. Thus, Sensates seek to experience as much as possible. When all is experienced, then the truth of the multiverse shall reveal itself. Could I join them? To join, one needs only to be a student of life. I meant about the faction.
Updated my journal.
Oh, forgive my teasing. We gotta inquire in the Civic Fest Hall. Someone there should be able to help us, okay? Other questions. Have you ever heard of a night hag named Ravel? I am familiar with the name. Fall from Grace pauses and thinks for a moment. Rumors cluster thickly about that name, and most tend to discount her as a myth, but I suspect that she did exist and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay there. Why do you ask? I intend to seek her out. She raises an eyebrow. Truly? I find myself compelled to ask why. She's got information that I need. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge that I need.
Updated my journal.
She rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. I realize that. Do you know anything else about her? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, in addition to the evils she committed during her stay. Rumor has it that her factions threatened the cage itself. Now she primarily exists only as fiction, a figure in children's stories. She pauses. I imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all the threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Sent to a maze. Okay. And what is the Grey Waste? A blighted plain that lies effectively between Beator and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground and a blood war. Do you know what happened? Oh, is there anyone else who might know about her? Someone in the festival might know. Okay. Can I ask other questions?
Updated my journal.
Ooh, that's a couple of drinks we missed there. I'm almost out of this, so it'll be a good time to take a break here. Coming up, that is. Oh. Would you like to join me in my travels? Anna stiffens and starts muttering under her breath. Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't need the likes of her, so's we don't. Bar that, fiendling. Morty clicks his teeth together. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. The powers know you're about as fun as passing a caltrip through your bowels. You best latch your bone box skull or I rattle you so hard they'll be picking your teeth out of the spire. Travel with you? She smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. That's rather forward of you. I'd rather be honest with my intentions. You seem extremely pleasant and well versed in the ways of the plains. A companion with that kind of knowledge would be welcome. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, we are pretty dang forward. Let's... Oh, how do we handle this? Let's start with number one. Hey, wait a minute. I'm the one well versed in the plains. That's my job, Chief. Having two people knowledgeable of the plains in our band seems pretty smart to me. Besides, I said pleasant too, Morty. Pleasant on the eyes, maybe. Looks to me like all some chit has to do is show a little skin and you'll sign her right up. He falls silent. Not that I mind that really, I just thought I'd mention it. Noted, Morty. Look, Lady Grace, excuse me if I'm being too forward, but would you care to travel with us? I appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who is searching the plains for himself? Huh. I intend to travel to places perhaps no one else has ever been to or could reach. Would that interest you? That would indeed. She cups her chin and thinks for a moment. Yet... You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal... Yeah. Oh, I would be extremely interested. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no state about that. Then you would like to travel with me then? If you wish me to, then there is something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them. Then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. Okay, very well. Can I ask you some other questions before I go?
Updated my journal.
Can you tell me about the girls here? I think that's a new one. The women here are... oh yeah, we've never mind, that is not a new one. Okay. Alright, farewell. This is a perfect time to take a break. I need to get more drink because every time we update our journal, I hydrate. So if you're playing a drink game, you know, hopefully Mercy is at your morning light in the morning. But I had some tea here. I'm going to go get something else here from a mug. I'm going to leave this awesome music here. Do a quick save. First, I have to tab out and then put the BRB thing here, and then get back into the game since it won't play the game music in the background. Where is my? There it is.